The CoinDesk Spotlight is brought to you by Nexo, the place to earn on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and more.
House lawmakers are weighing that $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill that Speaker Nancy Pelosi of California has signaled will move ahead on a vote this week, possibly Thursday now, despite divisions over broader social safety net measures. And joining us now is Hailey Lennon, partner at Anderson Kill in California. Hello, Hailey. So there are a number of crypto provisions in this bill. Perhaps you could outline how this infrastructure bill will impact the blockchain industry.
So yeah, in terms of the infrastructure bill, it's been something I've been following closely. I think we need to see where it goes, but the issue there is really that the infrastructure bill currently would track and force companies to record transactions that they may otherwise struggle to comply with in terms of actually having the technical infrastructure to track and report on those different recording transaction requirements. So I think that we made a lot of progress. So there was a lot of movement on the Hill and within the different amendments. So I'm feeling cautiously optimistic, but we, need to see sort of where that goes and what it actually does for the industry.
I'm also hearing from other crypto provisions and proposals that lawmakers are coming up. I wonder if you've heard of any that pop into mind that may raise some concern or challenges going forward.
Well, some of them were so broadly drafted that they would encompass more of the sort of mining and DeFi areas that traditionally have not been able to or have struggled to comply with recording standards because they aren't obtaining that information to begin with. So, and they aren't technically able to at this point. So I think that those are the amendments that people are concerned about. But we did see some flexibility in some other amendments and also sort of discussions on clarifying legislative intent regardless of what language goes forward. So I think we're in a good position for that to not overly negatively impact the industry.
Hailey, just a larger kind of narrative question here. In terms of what's happening in the U.S., is this just kind of the U.S. just trying to figure out how to regulate this like really quickly developing space, or are these signs of like a U.S. regulatory crackdown? Because you kind of have like people sort of arguing both sides. What is your take? I mean, is this something people should be really worried about, or is this just part of the normal process?
So I am maybe less concerned about the infrastructure bill, but there are some things happening, especially with the SEC, that worry me in terms of potentially us seeing more enforcement actions moving forward. I think that Gary Gensler has made some statements just in terms of centralized and decentralized exchanges being on their radar more, and this idea that there are tokens on these exchanges that may be securities. And so I think we just need to sort of continue seeing how the SEC regulates the space, but up until now it's really been regulation through enforcement and threat of litigation, and I think that leaves the companies and the attorneys like myself in the space in a difficult position.
Hailey, we got to wrap up, but want to ask you about Crypto Connect. Apparently, it's a women's association in the blockchain industry. Tell me a bit about why you felt a need to create this group.
Yeah, so the need really came from my personal experience. I joined Anderson Kill as a partner during COVID, and I found it much more difficult to know where companies were based, where people lived. And so Crypto Connect, the idea of it is it's a decentralized organization where there will be city leads we launched in 12 different cities, but hope to expand in many more cities and internationally by next year. And the idea is that it would be an automatic resource for individuals who are looking for their sense of community in the crypto space, whether they're traveling for work, relocating somewhere, or just somewhere for business for a quick trip. I found that I was having to utilize sort of my personal network and even Twitter presence to ping into those communities when I would travel. And so brought together some of the amazing leaders in the space that I had found to also be like me, really liking to create connections in the space. And so we've launched Crypto Connect to be a resource for everyone in the industry in that way.
Hailey, please correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is that there is a special emphasis on kind of women and providing a network for women. And I was just wondering if you could address your personal opinion about what are some pain points or frustrations for women specifically in this industry.
Yeah, I mean, so the initiative is women-led. There are 26 board members, all women. And I just think that allows women who are interested in getting into the industry to see that representation in leadership roles. And I think that's important and should be more common. But we were very careful when we decided to launch this initiative and how we posed it to the industry, that it really is open for everyone and a resource for everybody. The members of Crypto Connect, view cryptocurrency for everybody, and as a result, this resource should be for everyone. And so I think there's an argument that there are more men in the industry, there are more men investing in crypto, but at the end of the day, we don't want gender to really be the topic. We want it to be, I think that men have been very helpful in my career. And so as a result, I think an initiative like this requires everyone to still be included in part of the conversation and part of the networking and mentorship opportunities.